Hey guys, and welcome to J's and K's. So this is part 2 of our prior video in which I had shown how to take off the stock strap and replace it with some J's and K's G-Shock strap adapters so that you use something like a nylon strap. I'm going to go ahead and take this strap off. I hadn't planned on a part 2, but there were a lot of inquiries about the functions on this watch, and so I figured, well, why not just throw up a demo? And it's not necessarily an unboxing or a review. I mean, the packaging is pretty typical. You get the cardboard box, the tin, the warranty card, the manual, what have you. And as far as review, well, I'll just show you the features. You make up your own mind, essentially. But it's a very recent analog digital for Casio's G-Shocks. It just was released in the States here in November. Retails for about $99, but it's a 200 meter water resistant battery operated G-Shock. The battery is apparently rated by Casio to be good for 5 years, and it's a CR 2016 battery, so it's pretty common among many other G-Shocks. Now, one of the notable features on this, of course, is this light button here, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But there's a number of modes I can show you here. Right now, we're in our regular time mode. It's actually in the time and the seconds. We can change that to our date. Now, it's somewhat obscured by the analog hands here, and this is a neat little feature. I think you can press the light button and the mode button, and that's going to drive the analog hands to a position where they're not going to obstruct your digital display, and then you can do your activities. Then when you move to another mode, however, it's going to restore the hands. Now this next mode is our timer mode, and it has a countdown timer anywhere from 1 to 60 minutes. Next mode would be your world time here, and I don't know what time we've got that set to because the hands are in the way, but let's go and get them out of the way again. Oh, that was for Beijing. Okay, so we had that on Beijing, and of course you can change your cities. There's 31 time zones, 48 cities. So toggle through those. There's Sydney. We'll leave it at Sydney. And moving along to the next mode is your alarm mode, and there's 5 alarms. There's 4 of your traditional alarms, 1 snooze alarm, and of course you have the hourly chime as well. But moving right along, stopwatch. So stopwatch is of course your elapsed time, your split time, your 2 end times, and it also has a target time that you can set for anywhere up to 24 hours in this mode. So that's pretty neat. But moving right along, we're back to our regular time mode. Now, there is something interesting. If you wanted to reverse your world time and your city time, you just take it to your world time mode like I did right here and hold down your reset button, and it will reverse the displays so that now it's displaying your world time instead of your city time. And we can go back to that just as easily. So from your world time mode, you would do the same thing, hold your reset button, and it's going to go back to the original configuration. So we'll leave it at that. And now sometimes, speaking of times, your analog hands might get a little bit offset from the actual digital time, and that's easily correctable. If we go to your regular time mode and you hold your adjust button down for an extra 5 seconds there, and there you go, you're in this mode. It's going to drive your hands to the 12 o'clock position, and from there you can step them in the clockwise or counterclockwise position depending on how they're offset. And then once you've done that, you would just exit that again. So that's a pretty convenient step. Now the other thing is that you can go straight into the stopwatch mode by hitting the start button. So just like that, you don't necessarily have to toggle the mode button around in order to get there. So that was pretty interesting. Now it's an LED light. You might be able to see it if I press the button down right here. And that light duration is configurable anywhere from, well, there's 2 configurations, 1.5 seconds to 3 seconds. And I've got it set for 3 seconds. But let me show the illumination with the lights off for a little bit. Okay, so in different lighting settings, if I hit that, there you go. You can see the illumination a little bit better. Let me get the lights back on. And so that's pretty much most of the features I could think of. Let's talk about the size. I'll show you some other watches in comparison. So here's a G100 in comparison, so it's a little bit bigger. And here's one of my GA100s that I've got tricked out, my own J's and K's custom gear. So it's pretty close according to the specs on the Casio site. This one's about 2 millimeters bigger in all dimensions, maybe a little bit less in some dimensions like with the height or the thickness of it. But comparing to another analog digital, here's your GG1000, which is a little bit bigger than that. And let me show you something that's not analog digital. Let's pull up like a range band. So here's a range band, so you can see the size comparison with the range band. But anyway, so that's a quick demo on that. I hope that helps for you guys to get a little more info on this. Let me get this back to the regular time mode. We'll take it. There you go. Date. And if there's any questions, give me a holler. Thanks, guys. Bye.